Hello, hello. This is video number 14. Wow, we're almost at the home stretch here, right? I hope that the autopsy relapse autopsy that I presented to you from Willow Tree was helpful for you, and I hope that you can implement some of those things in today's check-in time. And I want to really reinforce something for you. The idea of rationalizing. Some of you may find yourself in this pattern of rationalizing your addictive behaviors. I know definitely I did and sometimes do. And so Patrick Carnes has a few words to say about rationalizing that I hope that you can take to heart. This is what he says in Out of the Shadows. He says, arguments and excuses, justifications, and circular reasoning abound in the addict's impaired mental processes. Things like, if I don't have it every few days, like, sex, then the pressure builds up. What does it mean by that? It's like the pressure, the semen pressure, the orgasm pressure, um, the ejaculation pressure builds up, and so it's almost as if they're saying that that's some physiological oddity, for them, and that's a myth. If I don't have it every few days, and the pressure builds up, or I'm just an oversexed person and I have to meet my needs. What the other person doesn't know won't hurt. My spouse is not sensitive to my needs. Um, let's see. If only my spouse would just be more responsive to me, then I wouldn't have to go out and get it for myself, right? Um, or making some sort of a characterization that men are just primal and women are not, and so men are just more sexual than women are. Cyber sex, viewing porn on the web, it's not real. It's all just fantasy. It's all made up anyway. It doesn't harm anyone. I need to broaden my sexual horizons, and so what better place to broaden them than to get some information from the internet, right? I've got to find some way of relaxing. Internet chatting or messenger, or those type of things, is it's just a game, right? It doesn't really mean anything. He says, whatever the rationalization, it further cuts the addict off from the reality of his or her behavior. Sincere delusion is believing your own lies. The addicts who make a commitment to change or follow through on something are sincere in their intentions. So, and I'll read one more part here. The addict's blame of others for all problems is another way to protect his or her secret life. The fault lies with the spouse, or the children, or the parent, or the in-laws, or the work associates, or the boss. The addict becomes self-righteous, critical, and judgmental. There is less acceptance of personal responsibility for actions. This appearance of integrity further insulates the addict's world from reality. Ungrateful children, demanding spouses, hard-nosed bosses create an unfair world in which the addict deserves a reward. To be honest about one's limitations would bring the wall crumbling down, and in turn, it would jeopardize the one source of nurturing and care that can be counted on, that is, sexual addiction. So, sexual addiction can be counted on. It's predictable. It's it's going to give you that reward that you've been seeking your whole life, and it's going to give it to you very, very predictably. So, being honest can be a threat. It can bring the entire system crashing down. But I really hope that you can take the rationalization that you and I and all of us have been doing for years, take it seriously. That we create ways. For those of you who are spiritual, you might say, I know that God will forgive me. And in fact, maybe you can rationalize by saying, you know, because I know that God will forgive me, I'm giving Him the opportunity to show His grace to me, right? So I'm going to do it one more. Or another rationalization could be, um, hey, I've gone this far. I might as well just go all the way because I'm going to have to admit to the group that I messed up or that I slipped or that I relapsed. Look, if I watched it for 10 minutes, I might as well watch it for 2 hours, right? That could be the rationalization. Whatever the rationalization is, I'd like for you to really be aware of it, aware that this is your brain's way of trying to find more reasons to keep the addiction alive. And I'd like for you to be able to talk through that, the phenomenon of rationalizing with your group members. And maybe you guys can come up with a way to address it as a community so that you can have more vitality in your daily walk. Come on back after you're done with your check-ins, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, so hopefully you talked about rationalizing. Uh, as your assignment for this week, I'd like for you to enter into your notebook a list of excuses. A list of excuses. Again, this is one of Patrick Carnes' exercises where you write out the reasons why you engage in these behaviors, the rationalizations that you have come up with to engage. You can use the ones that you came up with during your group time, but I'd like for you to think a bit more throughout the week, and whatever comes to mind, go ahead and jot those things down and take a look at it so that you can be armed with the truth. And hopefully, as you get armed with the truth, you can make better and better decisions. So I'll see you for video number 15 next time.